Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here. Before we get started, let's get the shout out of the way. Today's shout out goes to Grackle FPV. Grackle FPV was first to say first in one of my recent videos, and thus wins this shout out, so congratulations. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and I have a neat new airplane for you today. This is the new XK A100 J-11 model. Now this comes available in several different versions. There's the J-11, there's the SU-27 yellow version, there's the SU-27 white version, but I got the A100 J-11 gray version. Now what's special about this plane? This plane comes with, as with previous releases we've been seeing recently, comes with auto stabilization. Let me get its transmitter right away. Auto stabilization keeps the plane relatively level while you're flying automatically. Makes it easier for beginner pilots, and that, again, that's what this is intended for. This airplane is intended as a plane for beginner pilots to learn to fly. Now what's special about it is this is not just a 2-channel airplane, this is a 3-channel airplane, which we have elevator control on the back. Okay, right now it's set full down, but I'll show you, I'll turn it on here shortly and show you what it does. Again, it's 3-channel, but it has pusher props. There is no rudder on the vertical stabilizers, so to turn, this uses differential thrust. So if you turn to the left, this right motor is going to provide more thrust than the left motor, and if you're turning to the right, the left motor is going to provide more thrust than the right motor to push it to the right. Now, this is also powered by a 3.7 volt, or 3.7 volt, 300, hold on, I'll get one here, 300 milliampere hour battery that goes in the belly right here. To fire it up, you just plug in the battery, and we'll do that. Plug in the battery like so, put it in its battery compartment, and then plug up the front door. It always takes a little bit of effort to get the batteries in these things, but then you turn on the drone like so, and you get a blinking light, and then you put it on a flat level surface and let its gyros calibrate. And this is the controller. It's very basic controls, but to bind it to the transmitter, you turn it on and you leave it on for a few seconds. This will turn to solid red to let you know that you have bind, and then you'll notice that the stabilizer, the back stabilizer in particular, will start to go up and down as the gyro calibration is working. Okay, so if you point the air, let me give it a little throttle to get the stabilization working. But if you point the nose of the aircraft down, the elevator goes up to try to balance it or try to level it out. If you point the nose of the aircraft up, the back elevator goes down to try to, again, level the aircraft. Now again, this is steered by left and right. Let me show you what I'm doing here. This is steered left and right by differential thrust. But you can hear how the motors are changing pitch. Now there's one thing about this airplane. If you lose signal, and I think this is intentional, folks, you'll notice that one of the motors will go to full power while the other one goes to low power. I think the idea is that the airplane is going to try here. Let me turn it off too. And if you gain signal again, it shuts down. But I think the intent of that is, and I wasn't sure about this on the A110 that I reviewed recently, but I think the intent is for the airplane to circle in place where it loses signal until it regains, until you run toward the airplane and regain signal of the transmitter. So I think that is the intention of that one engine, that one motor going to high speed when you lose signal from the transmitter. Now I'm going to shut this off because I want to turn the transmitter off. Now, I've gone over I have not gone over the controls. The controls for this are, this is throttle. There is no rudder control on this. This is pitch. This is roll. And actually, this is how you're going to turn the aircraft through roll only. And that will, again, adjust the speed of these motors to cause turning of the aircraft. Now, this left button does nothing, but this right button goes... What it does is, let's plug in it, let's turn it on again, and I'll show you what it does. Turning it back on. And turning the transmitter on. And rebinding. And let's give it a little throttle here. Just so you get some pitch on it. Okay. Now notice its pitch level right there. I got it pitched downward. I got it pitched downward right now. And if I press that button, oh, okay, it was already set to high. If I press the button, the pitch angle will increase. That'll give you the ability to do acrobatics by pressing this button here. Okay, that's all I can talk about on this. It's a very basic aircraft, but it's pretty cool for 3-channel aircraft, and at the price level it's at, I think it would be perfect for beginner flyers. So let's go for a flight of this thing and see how it performs. Hope you enjoy this flight. Okay, we're going to fly this now out at my local park here. One thing I didn't show you, I don't think I show you this in detail, is how this third channel works. We have a solenoid in the belly here, which has a push rod, and push rod goes all the way back to this center rod, or this rod for the elevator, so that the elevator can go up and down. So indeed, it is really a 3-channel aircraft. Okay, so to fire this up, you turn on the switch. Already put in a battery and plugged it in before I came here. And I got a wind coming from that direction, so I'm going to kind of aim this at an angle on my takeoff runway here. And turning on the transmitter and waiting until we get a solid light. Didn't indicate bind, and also I notice movement on my elevator there. Let's check the elevators. Go to high. Going back to normal, and left and right. We are ready to go. So let's go for a flight of this thing and see how it performs. Hope you enjoy this flight. Took off quite readily, but it needs a little bit up to keep it in the air. Now I want to go to, it is turning very, very slowly. Very gentle turner. So let's go to higher rate. Okay, I am in high rate. That doesn't, there we go. Yeah, it's turning a little bit faster. Yeah, it turns quite a bit faster. Okay. So let's take it up higher. First thing I want to try is, once we get up high enough, can it do a loop? Coming to the light, going down, and yeah, there. That's a gentle loop. Let's try that again. Did you see that, folks? When it stalled out there, when it was inverted, let's just try that again. See, it automatically levels itself like it did an Immelman automatically. In other words, let's try that again. Showing that again. So that's cool. That is really, really cool. And yeah, it does turn fast. Going into the wind. Let's come down a little lower and closer so you can see it, do some flybys. Let's do that in Momaine again. Oh, it did a loop that time. Got a wind here in my face here. It's about 5 to 6 knots, but it can fly in the wind. I'm surprised. I brought 2 batteries with me today. Cool. That automatically rights itself when it goes inverted like that. You know, if you don't have enough speed to do a loop, it rights itself automatically. That's just so amazing. Going up high. Turning. And looping. And looping. It's so cool. This is a neat one, folks. This one actually is pretty dang cool. I'm reducing the throttle to bring it back down again. Let's go. Let's see what it does when it stalls. It rights itself. So the stabilization system is actually working on this. Bring it closer. I'm trying to bring it down lower and closer. It really doesn't turn very fast. Sometimes it turns fast, sometimes it don't. I think it's when I give it throttle. Yeah, if you give it throttle, it turns fast. Well, that's no surprise since this is using differential thrust to turn. You got to turn and pull back on the pitch stick too. Wow. Let's do that again. Show you what I'm doing. See diagonally? It is a cool flyer, folks. It really is. Okay, let's bring it out of the sun. I'm assuming it's coming my way. There we go. As I'm getting a feel of this thing, again, you got to give it throttle to get it to turn fast. But its throttle's getting low now. Doesn't want to do those tricks anymore. Let's try it again. Oh, no, I got one. I got a trick out of it. So cool. What it can do. Those tricks. Let's see if I can do one close in. Bring it in. You got to get speed to do them though. Okay, the battery is getting low. So it's saying no more tricks. So let's bring it in. I got a second battery. We'll try some things with that second battery. Cutting back throttle. Going around again, bringing it down lower. Going downwind. And I guess I'm going to have to land it there, folks, because there's its battery. Plop. That's the end of the battery. Let's put the second battery in. By the way, I think I did mention this uses 300 milliampere hour, 3.7 volt with white low C connectors. Very, very common battery. I got tons of those. So that enables me to keep on flying this. And this time I want to try something different when we fly it. I want to try that failsafe. See what it does. I'm going to go upwind and then turn off the transmitter and see what it does. So hold on, folks. Okay, we're set up. I got a fresh battery in there. Let's take to the air again. Didn't get enough speed there. Now I got it. Now again. Cutting back throttle a bit. Going to high. Now we can do weird things on the high rate. That is such a spectacular plane for the price. I mean, it's amazing for what you get for this price, what this can do. They get better and better with this. Let's see if I can do a fast run into me and then pull back on the stick and have it do something there. Cool. Okay, what I wanted to do. Turn back toward me. Shut off the transmitter. What's it going to do? Transmitter off. It goes into circles. Until I turn the transmitter back on again. It goes into circles, folks. So, again, that's the idea. It's going to assume that you're, I should have done that at a higher altitude, actually. But it's going to assume that you're, it's going to go into a circle, and it's going to assume that you're going to try to regain signal again by running toward it, and hopefully be able to fly it again. Unfortunately, I turned it off at too low of an altitude. We'll go up a bit higher and try it again. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to have to hand toss this then. Probably from the back. Which would be best to hand toss it? Right there. Get ready, set. There we go. Let's take it up higher and do that again. Going up high. Transmitter off. Yeah. Transmitter back on again. Okay, so yeah, it goes into circles. The idea being it's going to try to stay in the air until you regain signal again. So that's what it does when you lose signal from the transmitter. Okay, let's go do some more acrobatics with this. I like that. I like this plane for acrobatics. Oh, I gotta go to high rate. Now I can do acrobatics. Get some speed first. And turning, hard turn. Again, to get a hard turn, you gotta be in high rate. And you also gotta hold the stick diagonally to get the hard turn. See? Let's try that again. Hard turn right, left, diagonally down and to the left with good throttle. Give it some good throttle and you can do that. I was hoping I could do a low altitude roll, but no. So let's see if it survived. Now the front nose cone has a spongy rubber front there. I guess that's to reduce damage from impacts. I'm going to close up the door again. The door came open. Anything else happened? That was about it. Wheels look good. Motors are still good. So that was about it, folks. Let's take to the air again. And those gyros come right into play as soon as you toss it, so it hand tosses quite nicely. The gyros are, oh, look at that. Slow flying. Now, right now I think its gyros need to be calibrated because I'm giving it a lot of upstick to keep it in the air. There we go. Now it's going nicely. So its gyros recalibrated. Turn it to the left. Hard turn to the left. Hard turn to the left. And up. And roll. Cool plane, folks. XK always comes out with neat stuff. I am always impressed with XK. They come out with neat stuff on a budget. I can't understand how they can sell these things. You know, this one here right now, well, it's on sale right now for under $30. I'm sure that's going to go up to probably $50 because this is cool. I mean, this is real cool, this one. Let's see if I can get it going again. Okay, I keep giving it too much stick. Now, got to trust its gyros. I wanted to get it to go up again. Yep, ain't going to go up again. It's a cold day, folks, and I think that battery's getting cold. So we're going to call it quits here shortly. Let me go around this way and bring it in for a landing and give you my thoughts. Good enough. Yeah, the battery's getting weak. This is an old A300 battery that I got in there right now, or 300 milliampere hour from a very old quadcopter. Okay, so the A100, interesting plane. It does pretty neat stunts. I like it, how it will do loops, and also if it stalls on the loop halfway up, it'll roll itself over automatically doing an implement. So that's pretty dang cool. I like it. Good beginner plane, I think, and at a good price. So hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, again with the XK A100 J-11 version. Signing out. Hi, Quadcopter 101 here again. Hey, if you want to get your own shout out in one of my future videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's real simple. Just go to my channel page and click on that subscribe. And also make sure to click that bell button right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified when I release a brand new video immediately and give you a chance to get that first shout out. So give it a try, folks.